Today is November 5th, 2015, and this is puCK Week. Spawning in the bottom left, a Terran player I think that you should all grow to love if you already have not. He's been competing since Wings of Liberty and Heart of the Swarm. His name's Keen. I'm not sure if he was a Brood War player or not. Up in the top right, we have our benefactor, the man who sent me the best replay pack I've ever received. Solus, aka puCK himself. I gotta tell you guys, I popped into the general chat one night, and I said, is there anyone here who has some games that they might want cast on my channel? I got a PM from an anonymous, we will not reveal the account name. Giving me a Skype name, and I messaged the guy on Skype, and it was puCK himself. And he sent me a replay. It must have been at least 20 to 25 games of him versus ridiculous players. Chose a couple of my favorites, and I'm attempting to do the 10 days of puCK that I announced last week. Due to a couple complications, I was only able to start recording today. Today is the last day of the beta. So I am rushing through casts, trying to get you guys some content to fill in your week, as we have no Legacy of the Void to play. So how will you learn? You will learn from puCK, my friends. You will learn from puCK. He is a great player. We've seen him up against Life and Flash and Lilbo and Solar so far this week. Mostly on this map, or I believe it was Bridgehead. No, yeah, I think it was Bridgehead. But yeah, gateway opener here from puCK. I'm going to drop that Nexus down. This is his PVT. We're going to see exactly what he does against Keen. If you watch the Flash game, oh my god, guys, I'm not going to drop any spoilers, actually. I almost let it loose, but I'm not going to say it. I will say that Keen opens differently, which is awesome. It's awesome to see pros not opening the exact same ways, meaning that there are more than one answer. There are more than one routes to take in Legacy of the Void. We have Barracks Reactor followed by a Factory. Factory is going to be super enticing. I hope we see some Cyclones. Oh, I would love to see some Cyclones! This is going to be a great week for Protoss players that like to watch my channel, as it will be every matchup for Protoss, PvP, PvT, PvZ, the whole works coming to you guys this week from puCK. puCK, a great North American player. Nicely thematic for Legacy of the Void that I got to do a week of a Protoss player right before the release. I'm going to see how many replays I can get in before they shut the servers down, because they technically are already shutting them down as I cast this. Robotics Bay now finishing up. Man, I think that's what, I gotta look it up real quick or something. Robotics Facility, Robotics Bay. The Robo finishing, followed up by the giant fingery building, aka I believe it's the Robotics Bay. I hope I'm right. Those names have completely slipped my mind today. I'm getting them mixed up, and I'm using this new overlay, so I can't actually look at the names, right? I've become a little bit too dependent on the in-game overlay where I can check myself before I say things. But on this, this is the WCS overlay. You can actually go into your options and change your replays to have, whenever you watch your replays, you have different overlays you can choose from. This one is a little cleaner, allows for a little bit better viewership for you guys, so that's why I chose it. Bunker is up for Keen in the front of his base. He's producing 2 Marines at a time. Out of the Starport and Factory, we're seeing Widow Mines and a Medevac. So he's going to go for a big freaking drop. The Adept is going to pop into the main base and take down 1 SCV. So a nice full scout from the Adept. He sees pretty much everything. And we're going to see a dual Widow Mine drop here from Keen. Keen beginning to head across the map. No boost yet on that Medevac. There it is. But he wants to get, I think he wants to get those Widow Mines into the mineral line. And it looks like it's going to be a dual-pronged attack. So he's going to use one of the two attacks, either the Widow Mines or the Marines, to pull the army one direction and attempt to attack at the other direction. He wants to get damage done at either one or both of the angles, obviously. Disruptor coming in, and the Disruptor could clear these Marines all by itself. Oh, great split there from Keen. Keen able to dodge everything. Widow Mines bury, and tons of probes go down. puCK, in a really harsh situation, Photon Overcharge and Adepts are going to clean up the Marines. A pickup on the Marines is going to pull them over to the natural, and I think he'll continue to do damage with the two Marines at the natural. A couple units being warped in means he's going to run the hell away. How do you get a pylon up there? How do you get a pylon up there? How do you do that? I didn't see it. Oh, man. Is there a warp prism? There it is. Viking is fending off the warp prism. Has a disruptor inside of it. Really nice aggression can be done via disruptor. For those of you who don't know, this is a great freaking idea. If you have a warp prism, and I guess you probably should in Legacy of the Void because they're so strong, their range of being able to pick units up is faster. Their warp in time is really fast in comparison to warping next to a pylon. And the number one thing to use this ledge for right here is dropping a siege to tank on top of it, where you can barely reach it. I guess the Mothership Corps could attempt to clean it up, but I wouldn't nearly suggest that in comparison to just getting a warp prism, bringing a probe up here, making one pylon, and then if they drop a tank up there, you have photon overcharge, or you can warp things on top of it. It's great. This is a great decision. At the front of the base, we have that warp prism trying to get the Viking to leave it the hell alone. Leave me alone. In our last game against Life, we saw third bases at about 3 minutes to 4 minutes being dropped by both players. In this game, both players choosing to turtle up and harass the hell out of each other. Interesting to see which player decides to go for the fourth, or rather the third, burst, rather. Marauders, Marines, Medevacs, and Widow Mines. The Hots Bio Ball, so to speak, is the choice from Keen. We did not see any Reapers. I believe it's called the K8 something. Damn. K8 charge. K8 something charge. I can't remember what it is. Damn. Small engagement taking down the Adepts that were holding control of that Zelnaga tower. Warp Prism being pulled back. He needs his army to defend against this dual drop. He drops on top of the freaking... Oh my god. Why have I never seen that before? He actually can't pick this Marauder up because he has the units loaded up in the wrong way. That's awesome. He drops on the low ground behind the rock, so he's going to do a little bit of an elevator play here. He skips over the rocks, and now he has access to the base via the back door through this grass, this tall grass here. And we're going to see another dual-pronged attack from Keen. Disruptor is going to get in there and do some damage. These Marines are dead. So dead. Stim trying to catch up to that Warp Prism. Not going to do a good job of that, but here comes the attack. Really awesome splits here from Keen. Keen trying to get as much damage done as he can. Marauders here focusing on one photon cannon. Over in the main battle, we have the Medevac going down and Stalkers cleaning up the rest of that attack. But in the main base, the secondary attack is taking out pylon after pylon and hoping to do some serious damage to puCK. The Disruptors are holding off. He's not really using their ability just yet. The first one goes down. He loads back up. The Widow Mine takes a decent shot, killing a Stalker or two. And Keen gets the hell out of there. It looks like he might be setting up for a second attack. I would love to see a second attack. He does have his third command center finished up back home. More Marines and now Liberators. Oh, the Lady Liberty herself is now on the map. So powerful, so cool. The graphics, when they go into Defender mode, this little, they obviously become stable. They no longer move. And the little turret pops out of the bottom. It is freaking awesome looking. Big engagement. Disruptor's running down the ramp. Not going to do any damage. And GG. Keen takes this PVT in fantastic fashion. puCK, oh so humbly, sending me tons of replays where Koreans just beat the crap out of him, but he defends so freaking well. If someone were to over micro something, it might lead to some kind of mess up, some kind of miss micro. But no, Flash here with the amazing mechanics established in his reign of terror in Brood War